Right, Jess, here we are back in your workshop, and it's a very cold day, but nevertheless, you've been busy, and we've seen some good progress this week on my new billet swing arm for my Harley Softail. It doesn't look like much right now, but there's been quite a lot done.
It's surprising.
Yeah, so let's just move this out of the way, and we'll see what we've been up to. And this is one of the twin spars of the swing arm, and this is obviously the pivot point here. Down here is the pivot point of the shocks, or rather where the shocks are mounted here. And what's happened is this has been drilled and threaded and bolted together, and probably in the real world that's quite enough. It ain't going to go anywhere, is it?
Probably realistically it would. No. Once it's got the bottom braces in, it probably would be.
Yeah. But that's not enough for us. We're going belt and braces, so
it's all been milled.
As you can see here, we've milled out a V shape all the way around it, top and bottom, because that's where a weld's going to go. We're going to weld this together, and the weld works a lot better if you've got some sort of V there to work with and something to work with there. And so once it's welded, then we can flatten it down, and it should look pretty cool.
Well, I'd leave the weld if.
Yeah, or I could leave it visible.
Visible.
Show how it's been made.
It, yeah.
And then on the other side, it's the same thing again, except this one's had a lot more work, because once again we've got this V shape here. But I think now you can see why this had to be so thick. This was 2.5 inches thick, because it's been machined out here. This has lost a hell of a lot of weight to get me this step here. So originally this piece here was that wide, and now all this is gone. It's all been machined out just to get this step, which we need to clear the rear tyre. So that's pretty cool. That's now been done. So I've just moved the camera so hopefully you can see what's going on a bit clearer. This spacer piece here has been drilled and tapped and threaded, and that's going to end up round about here. So that will be drilled and tapped as well, and the bolts will be used to hold it in place, as indeed will this piece here, which will end up somewhere round about there. And the whole point of having this is because this gap here is where the chain runs from front to back. But bolting it is not enough, so it'll also be welded as well, along with these pieces here, which have already been pre-grooved. The only slight problem we've got is because the bearing here gets in the way, so that's something we have to watch out for. Okay, so we've reset the camera, so now hopefully you can see what's going on. So this piece here, which hasn't even been machined yet, will eventually bolt through some shims, some special shims, against this piece here, and it will be machined out roughly in that shape, because at this end that's where it will be threaded to take the mounts for the shocks, which go forward beneath the gearbox. Obviously right now it's all very heavy because we've not started machining it yet, but hopefully we can lose a hell of a lot of weight. And while you hang on to it, I can tell you, just weighed it, these are about £7 each. I think this one's 7, that's £7.5. This together is about £3, and some bits and bobs like this piece here will go across here.
It's got to be taken down a little bit.
I mean, we'll machine that down and put a flat on it to make it easier to tighten up. And yeah, so even as it stands at the moment, if we weighed everything on here, it's around £20, whereas the standard one in steel was £34. So it's quite a good old improvement, but I think we can lose a bit more yet, and then we're going to do that because, let me just zoom in. Now I've zoomed in here, we can see some very faint marking lines here, some etching lines, because this is where we're going to machine out about, what did you say, ½ an inch, about 15 mil? How deep are we going to go?
Go 3/4 of an inch,
yeah.
An inch.
An inch maybe.
Depends how deep you want the grooves on the outside, so we don't want to break through.
No, but we're going to machine at least half of the width of this piece here. We're going to machine out and mill out this space here to lose a hell of a lot of more weight. And also at the back, we're going to machine a lot of weight off here, because this is where the internal axle adjuster is going to be, so that will save some weight as well. So overall, there's going to be a fair bit of weight to lose yet. And also, something we've been thinking about, or I've been thinking about, is how do we make this look a bit cooler? This is the outside, and we could just leave it plain, polish it, whatever, paint it black, who knows. But given that it's actually solid billet, or at least it's solid billet at the moment, it will be hollowed out to save some weight, but nevertheless it is solid billet. So I'm thinking of doing something with this surface here, maybe ball milling it, putting some etching lines in it. I don't know yet, I'm still pondering it. But whatever I decide, it should be pretty cool. Yeah, so that's progress for this week, and hopefully by next week things will progress, because I think we'll get some welding done here, and then we'll probably have it roughly together, not all finished of course, but it'll actually look like a swing arm. So yeah, that's progress to date, all good stuff, and now I think it's time for a well-earned cup of tea. So thanks for watching and cheers.